All right, 3 up, 3 down. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, another year of it. Big fella, Greg Bedard, Boston Sports Journal, again presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. 3 players you feel good about heading into the season, 3 players you're concerned about going into the season. Simple as that. That all right?
Yep.
Who do you feel good about?
Travion Henderson. I think he is in the right offense and with the right offensive coordinator in terms of figuring out a way to use him in a variety of different ways, not just running back, out of the backfield. We'll see him probably split out, quick game with him. I'll be very interested to see by the end of the season, like in terms of like his touches per game, because I do think that's something you have to worry about with him. I know there's been a lot of comparisons to him with Jahmyr Gibbs when he came in with the Lions. I was just looking it up. Jahmyr Gibbs averaged 12.1 rushing attempts per game and 4.7 targets per game. I could see Henderson there in terms of the pass targets per game. I think 12 rushing attempts per game is a little rich for me right now. I would think he would be more around 8 or so. But I do, in terms of his mismatch ability, big play ability, I think he's the guy on the Patriots offense, and I think they're going to utilize that.
Henderson, number one. And the workload thing I've said since the very beginning, I would say 15 touches, including special teams. Like if he's going to return kickoffs or whatever, like you add those in, 15 touches, no more than that.
2.
Harold Landry. I was very impressed with his work this summer. He is now a year away from the surgery that he had. I see explosion from him. I see a creativity in terms of how to set up blockers. He's got really good bend around the end. He just knows how to play. And so the combination of really Harold Landry and Chase on the other side, I really like what they have there.
Hunter Henry, and I know he didn't play much. I guess that's the point.
Yeah.
I know what he is, though. And I think he's a guy that should be able to catch some balls on third down, and he's a totally serviceable, solid NFL tight end.
3.
Robert Spillane, the middle linebacker. I really think he's the only real player that they have at linebacker. He's not going to be, if people think he's going to be this unreal tackling machine sideline to sideline, that's not exactly what he is. There's a lot of games when I went back and I watched this Raiders film from last year, there were a lot of games where you're just like, he doesn't make many plays. If you're expecting a playmaker at middle linebacker, that's not him. But in terms of really solid, reliable, middle of your defense, I feel good about him there.
Carlton Davis, I know he only played just a blip at the end of the preseason, but I liked what I saw. He's rangy. He's not a number one corner, and it doesn't sound like they're going to have one. But I think in terms of his second corner, he's good.
What do you mean it doesn't sound like they're going to have one? They're not going to travel?
No. I mean that I don't think Gonzalez is going to play is what I meant.
We'll get to that. That's 3 players you're concerned with, Greg.
Garrett Bradbury at center. I think he's the linchpin of the offensive line. I did not like what I saw out of him this summer. Pretty good in the running game. Gets overwhelmed in the pass game. If they got enough to worry about on the edges, if they got to start worrying about the interior, I mean, I would not be surprised at some point. We're saying week 6, week 8, where he is not in the lineup and a guy like Ben Brown is out there, or they're giving thought to put Jared Wilson in there. I'm scared to death of Garrett Bradbury.
Christian Gonzalez is number one for me because that thing has gone the wrong way, it feels like. And so to not be without him and I think they're going to be without him, and maybe there's a chance he practices this week. But, to me, to not have him at the beginning, bad sign.
I want to circle back to Gonzalez. Number 2.
Milton Williams. I like Milton Williams. He's a good player, but in terms of...
Is that a Bedard bomb there, Romar?
Yeah. A lot of money spent on this guy. He's supposed to be a disruptor.
Yeah, there's that. He's just not. He doesn't have a variety of pass rush moves. Like, he's very much a power guy, and he certainly can do that at times. And he showed up at times during the summer and also the preseason games when he played. But if you're hoping for Aaron Donald light, that's not Milton Williams. And they need to be dominating in there. Is it going to be Barmore? Is it going to be Williams? He is a good player. They definitely overpaid for him where he is right now. You're hoping 3 years from now he's going to be worthy of that contract, or 2 years from now be worthy of that contract. But right now, where he is, I think fans are going to be underwhelmed.
Drake May. I mean, where he was in the preseason wasn't good enough. And if he doesn't play better at the start of the season, then I'm sort of looking at it as, so what, it's going to take him another half year to get up to speed in a new offense? So to me, he needs to come out and play well as soon as possible.
3, Greg.
Drake May. Until he proves it, I can't not be worried about him. And I do think it's going to take time for him to assimilate into this offense. How much time is that going to take? Is he going to continue turning the ball over? These are all things that we don't have answers to right now. And until I see it for myself, then I have to be worried about the quarterback, because he is the biggest reason why either the Patriots are going to contend for a playoff spot or not. It's what Drake May does. And I think he'll get there. It's just a matter of how long is it going to take.
Will Campbell. What we saw in the preseason to me suggested he's a guard, not a tackle. Now, again, it's a preseason. It's a small sample. It's early. All of that is true. But based on what we've seen up to now, he doesn't feel like a tackle. He feels like a guard.
Greg, why are you not concerned about Christian Gonzalez?
Because of his talent, I think he'll eventually be out there and be fine. I'm not overly worried about it week 1, maybe. But now I'm starting to, because they play at Miami week 2. I know I was listening to the midday show on the way in, and Beatles saying like, oh, just, keep him on ice, for a while until he's ready. But there's a ramp up to it. So if he's able to go out there, if he's healthy, he's not going to be able to play, a full load in week 1, but it would be beneficial to get him out there for whatever it is, 10, 15, 20 snaps, playing as the dime or a matchup guy on third down or red zone. There is a benefit to that, because all of a sudden they got to go to Miami and play in September in that heat, which is just absurd. So I just think Gonzalez is talented. He's obviously missed a lot of time, but I'm not overly worried about it right now.
Okay. I want to pick up on this on the other side. Any thought about the contract, his place in his career, business decisions, things like this? I wonder how the team feels about him. If I were the team, I'd be pissed.